What's up, everyone? Dan here. Crypto Capital Venture, May 30th, 2018. That's kind of how I feel right now. I don't really get depressed or sad when price is down. I just kind of get bored. And probably a lot of you do as well. And not only are we on the brink of critical movement, I could say. I mean, we're at some really important support, obviously, in the whole market right now. But it's just when the price is down, it's just not as exciting. So, and what makes it even less exciting is all the FUD that kind of comes out when the markets are down. But it's all good. Let's jump in and talk about some things. We're going to talk about Litecoin a little bit, obviously. And I wanted to start on CoinMarketCap because I think it's interesting. Just for some context, I like to look at things like this and it makes me think a little bit. If you look at, I'll go to, let's just go to 1 year on the total market cap chart and you can see. So back in, December 1st, market cap, $321 billion. So right now today, $320 billion. So December 1st to today, same market cap right now. Obviously, we're a little bit higher than where we were with Litecoin then. Then we were at around $100, just under $100 in Litecoin. Right now, we're obviously a little above there. But really interesting to really think about the fact that December, we're at $320 billion. And that was high. And we can open the all-time chart to see how high that is. So over here this is December 1st, like right around here. So you see that on the chart, very high, markets feeling very good. And now here we are on the flip side with a $320 billion market cap in May after a ton of consolidation, and the market is kind of depressed right now. So it's all about perspective. And to really help even paint the perspective more, I say consolidation because we've had a huge pullback down to 320 billion. And you could say it's kind of similar to the pullback that we had in, July. Consolidation to 60 billion. And who would have ever thought just, a few short months later, it would be at 162 billion in September. And then 320 in December, right? And then obviously you all know January, $800+ billion. Insane. So it's really all about perspective. So where we are right now in the market, ton of consolidation has happened obviously in the last few months. You can see it on the chart. It's right there. That's the Litecoin chart. And even on the daily chart with Bitcoin does a really good job of painting these lower highs and higher lows and this continuation pattern, this triangle we have. Bitcoin does a great job of painting that. And it does a great job of painting the continual pullbacks that we've had. So Litecoin obviously very reflective of that. And since, I cover Litecoin a lot, that's what we do. That's why we're going to look at Litecoin right now. So jumping into Litecoin, I know I'm a few minutes into this video, but I wanted to provide some thoughts for you because I know you're probably all wondering maybe what I'm thinking, but I like to look at those things. But there are some things on the daily, first of all, that I do want to look at because I think they're interesting. And really, I have the MACD back up. I don't use the MACD a lot, only in certain times when our momentum oscillators are telling us certain things and we're seeing certain signs of support at certain areas. And the last time I really brought out the MACD was back in April. It was at this previous low that we were forming. And it was a higher low that we were tracking, similar to what we're doing now. We're trying to track this higher low. And it is a higher low, but not by much, but it's still a higher low. And it's so important that we keep above support. We might break support, I don't know. But as we track it, we haven't broken it yet. Some things I want to point out. So back in April when we were tracking this, one thing we were looking at on the MACD was you could see the MACD line, the blue line, kind of making a move back up towards the signal line, which is the red line. And we were looking for that cross. And we finally did get that cross. But we were looking at the MACD because we were really also trying to come out of this oversold area on the stock RSI right here. And that's right around the beginning of April. And then another thing that was happening at this time was we were seeing resistance at the 40 on the RSI, which, as you know, if you follow these videos, we talk about that 40 line on the RSI a lot. I personally use it to kind of see how we're doing in terms of strength and momentum. So very similar things happening right now. We just saw resistance at that 40 line on the RSI. We have the MACD, which is, you know, kind of turning around here. So we want to keep an eye on that. There's nothing to say that we might, you know, this MACD line might pull back again. But right now we have a little bit of a shift in momentum from this downtrend. So we want to track that and see if we can get that momentum back up towards that red signal line and have a cross. And then lastly, we're right around the same area of where we were in April when we started looking at this on the stock RSI, which is really right around that 20 line on the stock RSI. So attempting to come out of this oversold area. So, and that's all happening as we're trying to form a higher low, which we were doing back here. And you can see it even took, you know, it took a little bit of time to form that area, like 1 to 2 weeks right there. And then we finally had to move up, and we had this nice momentum and some volume, not a ton, but bringing us up. Now, the other thing, lastly, on the daily chart that I do want to point out is we were also below the 50. We were below the 200 EMA. And so it's just another thing that we're looking for as we form, hopefully, this lower high, or I'm sorry, this higher low is a move back up towards those areas, towards these EMA zones, and hopefully getting above there. And I remember we talked about that happening last time, staying above there, which obviously we did not do. We're back below it. So that's on the daily. Some things I'm looking at. I think really there's some really good pieces of context to track and to look at in terms of Litecoin, especially if you're long and you're not like day trading or something. I think those are some good things to look at. So lastly, I'll end the video really just talking about the 4-hour and the hourly, because I don't want to make this video too long. But you know, we've tracked these from this previous high at 180. We've tracked these lower highs in the 4-hour, and we've talked about it. And right now, you can see this resistance that we keep having on the 50 EMA on the 4-hour chart. So one thing to note though is, and I tweeted about this the other day. I don't have it up on my screen, but we were looking at resistance as we were starting to make this move. We were looking at resistance here, which was that previous lower high on the 4-hour. It was like 117, so we wanted to break that, which we did, and that was good. But the next area was around 122 that we really never broke and stayed above. And right now it's simultaneously at the 50 EMA on the 4-hour too. So right now we're trading at $117, and I'm kind of, this could be a turning area. This could be that turning area where we start to see higher highs. So we hit 122 but bounced off it. So right now I'm looking to form another higher high, hopefully on the 4-hour, and break that 122, maybe have a higher high at 125 or something. But we're looking to basically just form a V, similar to what we did back here. We form the bottom and we head back up. So on the 4-hour, forming the bottom and hopefully heading back up with higher highs, you know, and higher lows. So let's track that. Let's see what happens. You can see it on the hourly. There's the 122 area. We bounced off it like a few times. So let's see if we can kind of get some momentum and head back up and not down. Nobody wants to go down. It's not fun. It's certainly not fun to talk about or read comments about, but time will tell. It's some things to keep an eye on with Litecoin right now. A lot going on right now. I hope you're all hanging in there. There's still a ton of exciting things happening. So try and stay focused on those things. But as always, going to continue doing these videos. Been extremely busy just with business and recruiting in the blockchain space. So been trying to do a video every day. It just doesn't always happen. But either way, I really appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the channel. As always, I will see you in the next video, and God bless.